everybody, Micheline from Micheline Makes again. I knew, I've sat down and just started meowing already. Anyway, just a quick one. I'm back. We are back from our holidays and from our holiday away. It was a wonderful time, and I've actually uplisted the video already, and the feedback that I've been getting from all of you, a lot of you who've been to Norfolk, who've told me, oh, it's great, and have you tried this, or we used to stay here, or we took our caravan here, and you know, different people told me that how much they'd enjoyed Norfolk. The upside was everything about was great. There were a couple of downsides. One downside on my part and one downside on, well, I wouldn't call it a downside on somebody else's part, but we went, the first day we decided to walk to the beach. And John and Barbara are scout leaders, so John is used to walking everywhere. Now if you've watched my videos, you'll know that I've got what I would call a gammy leg, in the sense that several years back, my dog and I were walking. I don't have the dog anymore, bless her, but we were walking, and she normally runs free, and I decided to cross over the road and go down a part of the road part of this country walk that I'd never been for a long time, down for a long time. And she was running free, she was fine, until we did a loop, and on the return to the loop, there was a slope going down like that with two posts with like a gateway, but there was no gate. And further along, not far from that, was a road. And I figured, oh, I better put her on a lead because she is quite a lively girl and she might run out on the road. So I put her on a lead, and because she's lively, she went down this slope at top speed and pulled me down. And my leg and my knee went, instead of bending that way, it went that way. And when I got up, I think I fell on this one, and I've got a funny feeling that I've broken a bone on here, but I never went to see about it because I didn't know what broken bones were like, and I just hobbled around and hobbled back home, and eventually thought, oh, it's just I've just bruised it or something. But I do notice that when I wear certain shoes, it does the pressure of the bone now, which is set slightly raised like that. It's not greatly raised, but it's kind of in the foot, slightly raised on the ankle part, you know, where your foot goes up. It's just a little raised bit there. Anyway, I'm digressing a bit, but anyway, I had damaged my knee, and years and years of going to see the doctor. Unfortunately, NHS doctors don't operate unless they really have to, so they told me I had to refer myself to a physiotherapist, which I did. Physiotherapist said I'd torn my meniscus, and my medial ligament was ruptured, I think he said it was. But anyway, he gave me exercise to do and said, yes, the way to improve on it. Oh, and I also had a Baker's cyst at the back, which is where you've got a slight tear and the liquid from your knee drips down your calf. So all of that has caused no end of problems for my knee, which now is slightly better. I wouldn't say it's 90, I wouldn't say it was 100%, but it's about 90. On a good day it's 90%, on a bad day it could be 60%. But anyway, after doing the physiotherapy and everything, my leg was fine, and I said to the guy, what do I do? And he said, well, basically, he says, you do exercise, but you don't over exercise. So, right, okay, do exercise, don't over exercise. In a day around here, I do about 6,000 steps. At the moment, I've done 1,963. I'm toing and froing all the time, rarely sit down. This is an unusual sitting down on the sofa. But anyway, I rarely sit down, so that exercise I don't mind, and we go for walks. But when we go for a walk, during lockdown we would go for a walk, and there would be a certain distance I would just say to his lordship, right, I've reached my max, I can't go, I'm going to be returning hobbling, and I can't go forward anymore. So anyway, going back to Norfolk, first day we decided to walk to the beach. Distance to the beach, 1.5 miles. Distance to the start of the beach, 1.5 miles. Reach the beach, the tide is out. Distance to where the men wanted to, well, the men wanted to walk sideways for a start, and then they wanted to walk down to the water's edge. By the time I looked at my watch, we'd done 2 miles, and I thought, this is just, I have to stop. And so I think it got to 2.5 miles, and I just said to Barbara, I have to stop. Normally I could cope with that, but because we're on sand and you're kind of walking on, you know what it's like walking on sand, those of you who've been on a beach. It's not easy, and we'd done quite a lot of that on the sand, and my leg was kind of, instead of being on a level surface, it was all over the place. By the time I got back towards the town, I was in total agony, and I just was hobbling. They couldn't believe that I could hardly walk. And I just said, oh, I said, I've done too much. I've really done too much. So I was hobbling around, and I couldn't walk at all. And then the next day, I was a little bit better overnight. Next day, it got worse again because we carried on walking, and they kept saying, are you okay to walk? And I didn't want to say no, because I thought, oh, you know, I'm stopping everybody else from walking. So in the end, I just said, yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. And so every night I'd go to sleep and it would get better, and then in the morning I'd be fine, and then by the time the end of the day came, I was hobbling again. So I was so relieved. I said to His Lordship, I said, I'm relieved to get home, just to ease my leg. So we're back in action again. Oh, sorry, I thought my phone was going to collapse there. We're back in action again. Still not too bad, no trouble at all. I would say I'm about 85%, no issues with my knee again, just because I'd overdone it. And then the other thing was that one night, I think it was about 3 nights before the end, John was, when we got up in the morning, I went downstairs and John said, did you come into our bedroom last night, in the middle of the night? And I went, no. And he said, all right. And then Liz came downstairs and he said, did you come in our bedroom last night? And she said, no. And we said, why? And he says, well, I woke up with a start. He says, sat upright with a start. And he said, I could have sworn there was a woman standing at the end of the bed. He says, and then when I looked again, he says, she wasn't there. And he says, I thought it was Barbara. So I tapped her and said, have you just been to the toilet? And she said, no. So he says, I wondered if it was you two. And I went, and we said, no. And I went, oh, we've got a ghost. And so I said, I'm going to stop him. I'm going to keep my half an eye open to see if I can see this lady ghost. But I never saw anything. None of us saw anything again. So we just think he was dreaming. But it was dead funny, because I said to him, I said, well, she can't be a bad one because she didn't do anything. I said, she must be a nice woman. So, and obviously the houses are from the 1600s, so it could be. You never know. You never know. Obviously a nice ghost. I desperately need my hair tidied up and trimmed, but we're in semi-lockdown again. I don't particularly want to go and get my hair cut at the moment. So unfortunately, I may end up, knowing the way I am, I might end up cutting it myself, which is not good. So it's another no, it's not a Thursday, it's a Tuesday. And His Lordship normally goes on a Thursday, but he's gone on a Tuesday to look after his grandchildren, or the granddaughter, the youngest one. He hadn't had to get up so early this morning because the husband is working late, so he didn't have to be there till 11. He's gone off, and my daughter has asked me if I would go to Matalan and get some tights for the granddaughter for school, because down where she lives it's a posh area and everything costs twice as much, and there isn't a Matalan round there. So I said I'd go and get some, and I'll take you with me to let you see what Matalan's got in store. everybody, it's Thursday, October the, she's just told you. Can you say that again in English speak, please? Thursday, October the, it's Thursday, October the, hi everybody, it's Thursday, October the, there you go, she's told you what date it is. And his lordship is still away looking after his granddaughters, and I thought I'd show you two beautiful, beautiful masks that have been given to me from Jenny Flake. Thank you very much, Jenny. She sent me two because I think we're all searching for that mask that's going to be the most comfortable, seeing as I think we're going to be wearing these masks at least for October, November, December, January, February, March, maybe the next 6 months, I think. So we're going to need quite a few. And the one thing I'm finding, I do like the ones that are folded, like pleated, like the paper ones, but they tend to stick to my mouth. And Jenny has sent these, which are, they're called 3D ones, and they're supposed to form a cup more around your face a bit better. This is the first one. It's the fabric is beautiful. This is the first one. The fabric is really, really nice, and it's got a little pleat there. It's got a little fold there. You actually, it's all one piece, but the way that it's sewn, you have a fold here, and then you've got the curve there. So if I do a side view, it's like that. Just as good, and it stops you when you're breathing. It still draws into your mouth, but it's also, it doesn't have a little wire at the top, but it's also good for stopping your glasses from steaming up. I'm still getting a bit of steaming with it, but it's a lot better. So this was one of them she sent me. Love this. And then she sent another one, and this is a different version. Beautifully made, I have to say, and lovely, lovely fabric. This version has two pieces. I think this is yeah, it's one piece of fabric, but it's got two areas at the top and the bottom where it folds. So this one on here like that, you've got it going underneath here, you've got it going on under your glasses, and that is really all the way around. It stands out a bit more here. The trouble is when you breathe out, you steam your glasses. Anyway, I have on order some plastic cups. I thought they might have arrived by now, but they're actually a plastic framework that fits inside there, and it stops it from drawing into your face. So when that comes, I'll show you what it's like, and you can, and I'll let you know whether it's a good buy or not. Anyway, what I'm wearing, I'll tell you what I'm wearing. Oh, did you know that one? Oh, she knows what it is. Just told you. Tell them what I'm wearing. There you go, you see? You didn't know that, did you? You didn't know that that's what it is in cat speak. It's the bruyere minus the waistband, because I wasn't so keen on the waistband. This is a one that I made, ooh, 2 years ago, I think. And it's been in my wardrobe for a long time. And I was debating whether to get rid of it. And then I thought, no, keep it on, wear it. And I got it out today, and I thought, I feel comfortable wearing it. I'm wearing it under a black t-shirt, long sleeve t-shirt. You can just see the black there. And I think I prefer it loose over a t-shirt than I do just as a shirt, because that's not the way I wear them. So yes, it's far better like that for me. Now then, oh. Did you say hello to them all? Eh? Did you even say hello to Penny over there? And Jenny? And Sarah? And Michelle? And Tanya? You didn't say hello to them, did you? No, you didn't. No, well, it's not my fault. Don't come apologising to me. Apologise to them. You didn't say hello to them all. Anyway. Yes. Are you going to sit on my arm? There you go. Look at those there. Now say hello to everybody. Are you going to say hello to everybody? Hey. Yeah. Yeah. Are you going to say hello? Go on then, say hello to them all. Say hiya. Hi everybody. Look. No, not me. You've got to say to the people over there. Say to the people over there. Hiya. Hi everybody. Anyway, I am being taken over by a cat. What was I going to say to you? Yes, this morning I was telling you I went into town and I was going to show you what I bought, if she will let me show you. Are you going to let me show everybody what I bought? Are you going to let me tell everybody what I bought, are you? Eh? Do you want to tell them? You can tell them what I bought, eh? You can tell them? You'll have to get down because I can't do it with you here. I can't do it with pussycats here. Come on then. Say bye-bye to everybody. Say bye-bye. Bye. Bye. Battery's running flat. Oh dear me. This section I'm going to call ironing. It's everything to do with ironing, and I showed you in one of my last vlogs that I had bought myself a little mini ironing board, and it's a metal framed one. It's got the legs that come out there and there, so you can have it so that it's like that on the table, or if you want you can do it like that and just iron it flat on the table like that. So that's quite practical. It's got the hook for hanging up and it doesn't take up as much room as a full-sized ironing board. So I like that. Got it from Dunelm, and it's even got the little pattern of threads and sewing on it. Didn't even notice that actually. But there you've got your ironing board. Now for me, nothing beats a good steam iron when you're ironing, and as I told you before, my big iron, my main iron, has gone upstairs, possibly temporarily to do ironing upstairs. So I've actually got a travel iron, but I fancied a better one. The travel iron that I have is probably 30 or 35 years old, and I bought it just to take with me camping. When we went camping, camping and stopping in a static caravan, and I wanted an iron, it was fine, but I wanted to get a better one. So this is a little iron. It's not very big. It's a Russell Hobbs. It's got the cord lead, and it's a small one. It's got one sole plate. It's got the steam holes there, and it's got on this side the spray button. I don't know if you can see the spray button there. So and it's also got temperatures 1 dot, 2 dot, 3 dots max, and the 3 dots is for steam, so you turn it to the top for steam. Good little, it's actually a steam travel iron, but I found it really helpful, really good. So yes, that's my iron at the moment. So what next? What else do you need? Let me just wind this up. I've just bought myself a new ironing board cover at home for the big one upstairs, and I started to take the old one off because I actually have 3 ironing boards, 3 on top of each other, and I took the oldest top one off and I put the new one on, and I was going to bin the old one, and then I thought, oh, hang on. So I took it to pieces, and I've actually retrieved, I've still got the thread to pull off it yet, but round the edge I've actually retrieved elastic, which I can use for masks, and there's quite a lot of it. Look what I've taken off. It's probably a good, what, two arm lengths, say, and so that can be reused. And then I pulled the heat pad off the underneath, because it's basically just the fabric that's gone off. It's a bit dirty, but I will put it in the wash. You can see a little bit dirty there, but that's going to come in handy for using for when I want to sew anything that needs this thin whatever it is, insulating stuff. I think my oven is beeping. I'm going to have my tea. Well, I took a break there to have my evening meal. This is the night that he doesn't come back. What his lordship does is he picks the grandchildren up and then takes them off to a little cafe to have something to eat. So it gives them their tea there, and then he has something there and he comes back. It's now 7:15. He hasn't come back because the daughter's moved into a new house and he's probably helping fix things and put things up. Anyway, I have come back. I've had a little break between the last comments and this one. I've come back. It is cold in here. I forgot to put the heating on. So I've got the heating on now. In fact, I might move this radiator a bit closer to me so it's pumping hot air up at me. It's cold. My back is cold. Anyway, let's continue for things for the iron. Now, I've been shopping and I bought a few things. They were cheap. They were from Boys. A shop I actually love Boys. I went down into the household, the kitchen and the cleaning section, because I wanted to buy one of these. It's actually a threesome that I got. There's a three. I don't know where the other one's gone, but the three-parter that I have, I wanted it so that I had just two. These are two that are stuck together, and I'm going to do something with this. So watch out for one of my vlogs, because I'm going to show you what I do with it. Anyway, I bought Prism iron cleaning pads, and these were, I think they were only about £1. 3 pads. Let's have a look and see what they're like inside. It says there are 3 pads and they look like that. Don't know if you can see, I'll show you. They're basically like a scouring pad there. And what you do, they've got like little beads on them. I don't know if you can see. Can you see? Little beads on them. And it says, remove any dirt from the sole plate using the textured side of the pad, then turn the pad over and use the smooth side to polish it. Ensure the iron is dry before plugging it in, and dispose of the pad in a household waste. Don't flush down the toilet. So what you do is you rub the beaded side over the sole plate and give it a good clean, and then turn it over and use this side to polish it up. Don't know what it's like, but I thought, well, for £1, I think it was £1, I thought it was worth trying. So that's that one, and they were called Prism iron cleaning pads. 3 in the packet. The other thing that I got, nothing to do with iron actually, was a Prism bleach pen stain remover. Can you see that? Let's get closer. Bleach pen stain remover, and it says it's mainly for white thing. Also works great around the home. Don't know how you use it around the home. And it's just a pen. It's like a pen. It's got bleach in there and a little cap on the top. So I would imagine it's a bit like a felt tip pen. I don't want to take it out for the moment, but it says shake well before use. Cut the tip off the end of the bleach pen and squeeze, it must be water. Squeeze gently to apply. Always replace the cap after use. Treat the stain on white areas of affected garment. Rub into the stains with bristles and rinse or wipe clean. Wash immediately with an all white or mostly white load. This will be handy for school shirts or husband's white shirt for work. Not that he goes to work anymore, is it? There must be hundreds and hundreds of men who are sitting at home, working from home, thinking, oh God, I wish I could get out of this house, away from these screaming kids, and get back to the office. But anyway, this is a bleach pen, and I figured it might be quite good for getting stains off shirts. I haven't got many white shirts, but it might work on pillowcases. Not that I've got any stains on pillowcases. Why did I buy it? I think it was £1. I think that's why. Anyway, the other one that I've actually got one of these, but I figured that now I've got the ironing board upstairs and I've got an ironing board down here, I figured I'd needed another one. And I think this was £1, and this is an ironing cloth. This is an ironing cloth. It's very similar to the one that I have upstairs. Ironing cloths are really good. If you don't use ironing cloths, I would suggest that you get one. Often your supermarket sells them, and basically this is like, I think it's, the net is like silicone, because when you can apply a lot of heat to it and it doesn't melt. When you're ironing anything, not ironing, when you're pressing fabric, if you want to press a crease, say a crease into here, when you're pressing the top of your collar, if you don't use an ironing cloth, you can make your fabric shine with the heat. I sometimes, if I don't have a cloth, I tend to iron it, press it from the wrong side, and then if there's any shine, it's underneath. But what you should do is put, when you're ironing on the ironing board, put this over the top, and you can apply as much heat as you like, and it doesn't make the shine. So an ironing cloth is really good if you want a really professional finish. This is a good one to go for. Then, just because I like the colour of them, I got these, and they are called Bettina Microfiber Designer Cloths. How fancy is that? Pretty coloured ones. Now let me see, I'll show you what they look like. I think these were £1 as well. I wouldn't have bought them if they were, I wouldn't buy these things if it weren't for the fact that they're £1. And they're not bad, they're handy little things to have. So let me just, if you don't have something like that, use a tea towel, a small tea towel over the top of your fabric, because it really makes a lot of difference if you cover the fabric with a pressing cloth. Pressing is where you're putting the heat direct and you're not moving it around, you're pressing it. So when you press it, this is really good to stop the fabric from burning, getting overheated, or getting that shine on it. Now these are rather nice. They're like little towels. They are. If I catch the light, you can see there. It's like a soft fabric, and on this side it's fairly smooth, and on that side it's a bit like a flower. Rather neat. Not that you want prettiness when you're doing cleaning, do you? I think I was taken by the flowers. I'm a flower fan. But are you bothered what your piece of cloth looks like when you're cleaning the dust off things? I don't think so. But anyway, it's microfiber, and I just thought I'd get it because it looked nice and because it was cheap. Use dry for dusting or damp for deep cleaning. No need for detergent. Soft and resistant. Cleans greasy spots too due to the special thread. Machine wash up to 60 degrees. Oh, it's distributed by a company up in Northumberland. arixeurope.com. So that's that one. Now another thing that I got was called, I've always wanted one of these. I've always wanted one of these, and the reason why I've always wanted one of these was many years ago a shop called McKay's opened. We used to have a big departmental shop in the town where I lived. It wasn't one of your top ones, it was like a family departmental store called, what was it called? It was called Doggerts. We used to call it Doggerts. And it was a departmental store, and eventually it closed down, as all these departmental stores are doing. When they're family ones, they tend to close down. And it was taken over by a company called McKay's. And McKay's was Scottish, and they had ladies' clothes. Oh, husband. Sorry, I was telling you about this. So this McKay's, when they used to sell clothes downstairs, ladies' clothes at the front, men's clothes at the back. Downstairs was kiddies' clothes, upstairs was a cafe and curtains, I can't remember, and upholstery. And when I used to go, and I often went to the cafe, but when I used to go, I often saw the ladies unpacking the clothes to put on the rails. And they used to pull these clothes out of a box. They arrived in cardboard boxes, and they pulled them out, and they were all very badly creased. And they had them on this hanger affair with a great big massive, this massive tub. It was a special contraption that had a tall hanger, and the clothes hung on the hanger, and then they had this steamer thing that came out, and they went on the steamer with a hand thing, and it didn't have to take the creases off. And I always used to say, I want one of those. Well, my first iron, a few years back, when I decided I would treat myself to a nice steam iron, and it had the big water container and had the steam presser, but it wasn't really a steam iron. So the other week I bought one of these, and this is a new upgrade, handheld garment steamer, and it's like this. You put the water in the bottom there. Yeah, it twists and comes off. You put the water in the bottom in the container there, then you put that on and it locks in place. And then when it's plugged in, now I'm not plugged in at all, there's a little button that you press there and that switches it on. And then you have this there, can make, if you take this off, this is for packing really. Let's have a look. What you can do for packing is you pull that little lever like that down and fold it, and it folds like that to pack. Not really that practical because it doesn't pack very much. It's like a hairdryer. Then that clicks up. Put your thing on there like that, and it's in place. Then this switches on, the little button switches on, and you wait a few minutes for it to heat up, and you've got a little switch at the back there. At the top it means that it's got steam burst, and at the bottom it steams all the time. So if I'm doing it with the top and I'm doing anything, I can press like that and it takes the creases out. Oops, I've moved the button down. So that is a steamer, and I've tried it and it really works. I tried it on some fabric. I put the fabric on a pole and I had it hanging down, and I went down like that with it and it took all the creases out. You can do it on your curtains, you can do it on all sorts of things. So that is my, that's a fantastic purchase. I'm really pleased with that one. So that is called, it doesn't have a name on this one. It's just called a handheld steamer. Comes from, where else? China. Third Tree Limited. There are other ones. I got this one on Amazon, and I actually saw it I think today in Dunelm. I didn't look at the price. I think I paid about £28 for it, but it's really, really good for getting creases out of clothes. So that one, oh, and it comes with a little attachment like that goes on the front, and the reason for that is it's for velvets. If you want to do your velvet or your chenille curtains, if you've got those, then this takes it's got brushes on there, and that's to make the pile so you don't get this stripe on the pile when you're doing it. And I remember years and years ago, I used to go to the Ideal Home show in London, and there was always people selling gadgets and things, and also in Phoenix and Newcastle used to have somebody showing you these gadgets, and I remember something like that being on, and I always wanted one. So I'm really pleased that I got one. So let's go on to the next one. Got some more elastic, which I could have saved myself getting, since I've put I bought the ironing board cover, and I could have used this elastic from the ironing board, but never mind. I bought some extra elastic. I bought some corded elastic. This is quite strong though. I think this is probably going to be too strong. And then I bought some flat elastic as well. This is the flat elastic that I got for masks. 6 months worth of masks here. I'm always losing them. And then I also went into, I got some fabric. I got some, this was, it's Rose and Hubble fabric like this. I just got half a metre of this one for masks and for something else I'm going to make. And this is another half a metre of this one. Rose and Hubble again. I was wanting ditzy little patterns. I wanted something that's very similar, or well, not necessarily similar, but kind of a tightly woven one, a bit like the way that Liberty print is, the weave of Liberty print fabrics, because I wanted a tight weave. So I got half a metre of that for masks, and also for something else which I'm going to show you in the coming vlogs. And so those are the two that I bought there. I also had a bit of a what would you call, a bit of a rumble, a big bit of a, when you go through things, what do you call it, rummage. I had a bit of a rummage through there. They've got this this couple of places where they have stuff that they're selling off cheap. It's the end of the rolls and they just want rid of it, and I saw this, and this is a spotty fabric. It's actually a voile. You can see right through it. So I was thinking a scarf, a nice drapey scarf perhaps, or something else. I wasn't sure what I was thinking more on the scarf line, but then I thought, I'm sure there's something else I could do with it. But this is well, it's quite wide. It's arm to arm length, and it is, if I can get the length the other way, it's about a metre in length that way, or less than a metre, is it? Whatever it is, it's kind of from there to there. And for this piece, it cost, it's got a little label there, £4.50. Spot pink crepe rose, and it was £4.50. So then, as I rummaged a bit more, I came across the same again, but in a different colour. So I thought, oh, I've got to have that. Again, it was a metre. Oh, it's a metre. And it's £4.50. And this is like a teal blue. It's a lovely blue. It's a really nice teal blue. So I think that's the wrong side. Is that the wrong side? That's the right side. This is the right side I'm showing you now. Teal blue. And again, I just loved the way it draped, and I figured it might be nice, make a nice scarf for under a coat. Not that I haven't got enough scarves. I think I've got about 30 scarves. I just love scarves. I remember years ago I used to always wear a scarf. Every time I went out I wore a scarf. And we used to go out with this couple, and he used to say, the husband used to say, "You always have a scarf on." And I said, "Yeah, I do." And he says, "And you always look bloody lovely in that scarf." I said, "Are you chatting me up?" No, he said, "It's just that you all, whatever you wear, you suit." So I just thought, oh, well, that's nice. Anyway, so I got that. Then I caught my eye on this. Now, again, it's not my colouring, but it was so light. It was very like a scarf. And I thought, oh, that might be quite nice to make something else with, and it's this. It's not, I don't think it's a full metre, is it? I don't think it is a full metre, that. It cost £5.65, but it's quite a big, it's that wide by this length. Oh, it must be a metre. Must be a metre again. But again, it's very silky and drapey. I'm not into shiny silky fabrics, but I thought might make a nice scarf, if not for me, for somebody else. A little Christmas present or something to make a little scarf with. So that I bought. Then the last one that I bought was, prepare yourself because it is bright. It was this. It's a bright pink see-through, if I go like that, see-through pink embroidered fabric, very bright pink, and it was, I was going to buy a half a metre, but then I thought it was £2.50 a metre, and I thought I'll buy £2.50 worth of it. No idea what I'm going to make with it, but I figured maybe it's a scarf again. So this was a metre that I bought. It's really nice. It's like a fuchsia pink. It's a really bright fuchsia pink, but it's lovely with the embroidery on. I don't know if, can you see it? Let's see if I can show you the embroidery. There. That's better. Covered in little embroidery. It was the only colour they had. It's the only one I could see, and I wasn't going to get it, and then I thought, can you complain for £2.50? And so I decided, yes, I would go for it. It would look lovely with it. I've got a black coat that I wear, a long black, a black coat that I actually bought from a second-hand shop. It's a Marks and Spencer's coat, and it's a kind of coat, I call it my nurse's coat, because it buttons right up with the collar, and it's like a gabardine, and it's got pockets, and I always like to give it a bright pop of colour around my neck to make it stand out. So that would make a lovely scarf. And another thing that I bought, I saw these in boys, and they're buttons, big buttons, and I was thinking of a nice necklace in some way, making a nice necklace, and I got a blue, a pink, a purple, a bright yellow, and a pale yellow, and I figured they'd be quite nice. Then I went to Dunelm, didn't I? And what did I see? Not as big, but they were selling a box full of these buttons. And the box of buttons is by Trimit. Trimits. And it's a box full of bright buttons. And they're a fraction smaller, I think. They are a fraction smaller, but they've got, oh no, are they? Yes, they are. That's the pink one out of the jar, and that's the one I bought. So not a great difference, but so I've got more buttons to play on with. So I figured I could make some button necklaces. So watch this space. I'm going to be, given the chance that I have time to do, I will be making lots of videos on showing you how to make things. And as I say, these are the 5 there, and those were those. I think these were either 30 or 40 pence each, so I've actually got a better bargain with the bottle of buttons, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's £1.50, and that's £4.50, so I've got a lot more in this than I have in that. And I also bought these. These are the larger sequins. That one's like a white. Let's see. That one's white, iridescent white. Will it focus? There. Come on. Iridescent white. And then there's a mixture of colours in that one. And this one is pink. No, purple. I thought I'd got another colour. Maybe I didn't. Oh yes, I did. And then I got a pink. They didn't have a big size in that. This is the purple and that's the pink. And I don't know if you've seen them, but I wear some earrings that dangle down with these these sequins. So I figured I might try and copy them, because those ones were bought ones, and I might try and make some out of these. So that's another one you'll see me doing. And I bought a pack of these, 3 Prim press studs. I like the size of it. They're big ones, and I have already got an idea on what I'm going to do with that. I like the colour. I like the fact they're bronze, and yeah, you'll see what that's going to be. Got lots of things I want to make, lots of things. I also bought some felt. Do you remember I bought the beige felt the other day? Well, I saw this. This is a purpley felt, just a little square. And I bought, this one's a pinky felt, purple and pinky felt there. That's the purple and that's the pink. There, and then some black, 2 lots of black. More to come for what I'm going to do with those. So that was my spending today when the man wasn't here. I can't keep doing this every week. Well, actually it's every fortnight, so I can't complain. The next thing is I want to read this comment of the week. I've decided I'm going to have comment of the week, or comments of the week, right? Because I get some great comments. I do try to answer you all. I read them all, but I don't always get round to answering. I don't even get round to doing the tick and the love sign. But one was comment of the week, and that was from Laurie Burt. Now, I think in the last video I was telling you about the difference between the English and the American word usage. And Laurie said, I'm going to read this out to you. I like discovering the differences between British English and American English. I started learning a few of the differences when I bought my first Mini Cooper several years ago. Bonnet versus hood. We call it a bonnet, you call it a hood. Boot versus trunk. We call it a boot, you call it a trunk. And now, thanks to you, I understand why a different British vlogger that I watch would not say fanny pack. This set me laughing, because fanny pack is, well, anyway, she was trying to explain to the Americans what a bum bag is. Now, we call this bit, what you call your butt, we call it a bum. And so we say that's our bum. And to call it a fanny pack, you lot in England would be laughing your head off if you said, if I turned to my husband and said, I can't even see. He's coming in now, anyway. Hello?
What?
Brian?
Oh.
Come here a minute.
What?
Oh, he's got to put this on. He's going to have to isolate from me because he's been with the kids. Now, if I said to you, can you get can you get me my fanny pack? Can you go and find me my fanny pack? What would you say? What would you say?
What?
If I
That's
said...
what I'd say. What?
But would you not... What would you think it was? A fanny pack?
Your fanny pack. Would it be your monthly sponge?
No. He means sanitary towels. No, it's not a fanny pack. It's not a sanitary towel.
Not a fanny pack. Oh, is it a series of tools and soaps and things in order for you to sort of do with Brazilian?
No, it's not one of those either.
Alright, okay.
It's an American word.
Oh, is it?
A fanny pack.
Ah, right. Ah, I know what it is then.
What is it?
A Donald Trump mask.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Sorry, folks, those of you who are Trump supporters.
Sorry.
No. Do you know what it is?
No.
It's a bum bag. A bag, you can get bags that go around your bottom that we call bum bags.
Yeah.
And they call them fanny packs.
Why did they wear them around front like?
Now you know what I mean.
Can I go now?
Yes, you can go. Coffee, put some coffee on, please. So, the... yes, that is why we aren't very keen to call them fanny packs. So that is comment of the week, or comment of the vlog. I don't know. Joanne Blair. It's on a serious note now. Joanne Blair was saying, a lot of you were saying you thought the folding of the fabric using the cardboard was a good idea, and but she also said in my 20s I used to get up early and make a skirt before I went to work. And yes, I've done that before, been up early and made something. She said, I'm your age now and I'd probably take me 2 afternoons. So yes, it would take me quite a while to do things. I'm finding I'm slower in doing things. I've seen times where I've made a shirt and a skirt in an evening, but now I'm lucky if I get it done in 2 days. And another comment that you all said was you never iron t-shirts. I normally don't iron them. Normally I fold them. I've got a method of that I like to fold them. One side in, other side in, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, and then I fold them and put them into the drawer so they're on a fold so he can see exactly what they are. But because I had just dumped, I hadn't even folded them, I just dumped everything, taken them off the line, thrown them over my arm, and then dumped them in the bedroom. When I took the t-shirts off out of the pile, they were creased. And so yes, I did give them a press. But a lot of you say you don't iron t-shirts. I do like to, if there are some that I do like, even t-shirts that I like to iron. So yeah, I do some ironing on t-shirts. But often, if it looks like it's not going to need to be ironed, I just fold them, and the folding presses them anyway. But it was badly folded in the first place. Here he is. Isn't he good? He's brought my coffee. Thank you very much.
Caught in the act.
Caught in the act.